Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Welcome back. We have officially gotten our job numbers this morning. Both the jobs numbers and the expected wage inflation rate came in substantially lower than expected, at about 3% on an annualized monthly rate in wage increases. That's lower than about that 4.8 we were expecting. Wage is still going up 4.8% year over year, though, which was slightly less than expected. But that month-to-month comparison definitely less than expected. And we, instead of getting about 564,000 jobs, we got about 210,000 jobs. Big miss. Market reacting quite positively so far to that. Went through the entire report in the last video I posted, so feel free to take a look at that. But you can see the market taking a little bit of a jump here right after the news came out. A lot of volatility came in, or volume rather came in, and so we moved up. We did kind of pull back just a little bit. A lot of nervousness still in this market. As you could see by software valuations really getting killed, which is one thing that we did expect a few weeks ago. I mentioned that Bloomberg was predicting a massive compression coming in the valuation for software companies, especially after COVID. And we see that the greatest here by DocuSign, which honestly just continues to fall. It's now down 32%, continues to go down the toilet. I sold a bunch of DocuSign before earnings over the last 3 weeks to raise some cash for the dip. I bought the dip in the after hours yesterday, and the dip keeps on dipping. Neo and the Chinese companies getting beat up here with the DD listing coming close. That'll remove a lot of liquidity from individual shareholders. Look at this. You see other software companies, C3 AI, Dropbox, Adobe rotating down sort of with DocuSign. Not a very uncommon surprise. This is something that you would expect. Taking a look at the things that are doing well, though. You've got Upstart today rebounding. Take a look and see exactly why Upstart's moving. Zillow rebounding on share repurchases and a quicker unwind to their real estate sell-off. People are always upset about companies buying real estate. But trust me, a lot of companies are buying real estate straight out of Zillow, for especially since Zillow is just probably discounting them to get rid of them. Anyway, Matterport coming back a little bit today, 2.35%, at least here in the pre-market. Pre-market's not always perfect. Usually it's that first few minutes. That's great, first 30 minutes of trading. But pre-market gives us a little bit of a suggestion of how things are going to perform today. Embraer. By the way, Brazil's in stagflation, worth noting. They basically are almost in a recession, if they aren't already. Q3, and I think Q3 was negative and Q4 was flat. The inflation rate's about 10%. So if you're worried about stagflation, Brazil's the place to look. Now, there are actually a lot of people that are like, hey, maybe that means it's time to go buy some Brazilian stocks. Well, you're going to hop on a roller coaster. No, not trying to say it's bad. Just be prepared. All right, Enphase coming up 0.85%. Cloudflare security coming up a little bit. Where's Cloudflare here? I see Lucid over here as well. Lucid sitting at what, 0.7%. Toast coming up 0.87%. Kathy Wood bought some Toast. She's been breaking the piggy bank and selling some Amazon to go shopping for some of these other companies. Elon Musk has now sold 10% of his promise. That is, I'm sorry, 10 million. Let me correct that. Of the 10% of Elon Musk's stake that he promised to sell, he's now sold just over 10 million, which is slightly more than half of what we're expecting him to sell. We're expecting him to sell about 17 million shares. So we still got some selling to do. Looks like ARK K trying to rebound a little bit, coming up a third, making its way back to 100. Rivian's trying to rebound a little bit as well. Let's see. Square still sitting in the middle. Let's look at some of those that were rebounding yesterday and take a little bit of a peek. We got, let's see, Carnival Cruise Lines. Pre-market shows it as down 0.17%. So some of the recovery plays look like they're down fractionally about, look at that, Cheesecake. Just saw a little bit of a line down. Did this come out of the jobs report? No, I don't really see that at Carnival. Just a little bit of a downtick there on Cheesecake. All right. What were some of the reversals we were looking for yesterday? So SoFi, let's take a look here. SoFi up 0.67. Yeah, SoFi showing a little bit more of a sign of a reversal. Let's go out to the hour here. Yeah, you can really see SoFi dragging along this lower $16 range here. So that's SoFi. Etsy, like to see a little bit more of a drawdown closer to 225. Hanging out right now at 249. Yeah, 240. No, yeah, 249. Yeah, that's right. 249. Affirm up 0.62%, coming back to about 116. I think a lot of volume has somewhat escaped the momentum that Affirm had. You could definitely see, look at that volume here. A lot of shares traded. And after earnings, it's almost like individuals were kind of holding through earnings here, because as soon as earnings came, you started seeing this sort of downward trend here on Affirm. Where it went from 176 back down to some more reasonable levels around 116, where we are 113, 114-ish, where we're trading now. Square, bought by Kathy yesterday, coming up about 0.28%. Let me see if I can get Kathy's buys up here. Yesterday, we got, I know she sold some Tesla yesterday, which I thought was, she's kind of been turning Tesla into a little bit of a piggy bank. All right, let's see here. Kind of like Amazon, where she'll dump it to go buy other things. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so take a look at. Oops, that's not what we want. Silly iPad. Tricks are for kids. Stop it. Huh. That's quite annoying. Okay, hold on a sec. I'll get this up. Silly. All right, let's try that one more time. ARC. Here we go. Now it's functioning. Or not. No, it's going to come back. There it is. All right, this is just email here with ARC. So look at that. Bought Square, about 0.25% of ETF for Square and Roblox. In order to come up with that money, sold 0.35% of her holdings in Shopify, or of her fund holdings in Shopify and Tesla. That means that's a percentage of the entire fund. So that would be like if you had $100 invested, that would be like selling 37 cents a Tesla, 35 cents a Shopify, 29 cents a Coinbase, in order to be able to go buy a quarter of Square, a quarter of Roblox, 16 cents a Twilio, 14 cents a Zoom. You've got Ginkgo Bioworks here. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of the RK. On RQ, you would have sold about 50 cents of Lockheed Martin, 39 cents of Caterpillar, and bought 61 cents of Xpeng. I did not realize Kathy had a position in Xpeng. I think that's actually, I mean, to me, it's kind of bullish. Look at Kathy's ARC here. Let's see. I did not know she was in Xpeng. She's always been the winner take most kind of person. Let's see here. Xpeng. Weight 0.04%. How many shares does she have? Market value 13.39 mil. And yesterday she bought 227,000 shares. I'm sorry, 277, 263 times. What's this thing trading for these days? 55 or something like that? Nope, that's not right. 48 bucks, down another 2% in the pre-market here. $48. That represents 13 million, and that's it. Kathy Wood just opened a position in Xpeng. Wow, that is a very interesting. She's also buying Vuzi. Blade Air and Archer Aviation, but those were smaller moves yesterday. She sold some Caterpillar to buy Xpeng. Huh. All right, so Kathy starts position in Xpeng. Wow. Okay, then sold about 50 cents. So out of $100, sold about 50 cents worth of Tesla. I'm doing this just to make it more relative. Twilio added a quarter to Square, added 14 cents to Zoom, sold 9 cents in Shopify. ARC-G, some moves over here. Actually sold some Butterfly Network. Isn't that like in the toilet? Oh, I didn't flip it back over, but that's okay. Give me 1 second here. Let's see here. Butterfly Network. Yeah, that's interesting too. Butterfly Network's in the toilet, and she just sold 61,000 shares of it. Not many, but still. What is this ticker here? BFLY. She's got a market value of about 59 million. She's got a big stake in them. 61,000 shares at $6. What was that, like 3 mil or something like that? And then she also bought Toast, sold about a quarter worth of Facebook, a quarter worth of Amazon, and also sold about 5 cents worth of Open Door out of $100 fund example, and bought about a quarter of Toast and a quarter of C Limited. Very interesting. Yeah, that is true. ARC did have a workhorse at one point. That's very, very true. Xpeng is doing better than Neo this year. Yeah, that is true. They both face the same risk, which is very interesting. But I'm surprised that she started a position in Xpeng. You know, especially if you're okay with the exposure to Chinese stocks, why not Neo? You know, Neo's been substantially lagging. I mean, we're sitting at March 2021 prices here for Neo, and we've done nothing in almost 9 months here. So Carnival now turning green. DocuSign stuck at about 158. I'm curious to see how that thing opens up. I mean, that thing just got reamed and continues to get reamed. SPY. Let's take a look here. All right, so S&P 500 rebounding only about 0.37%. Let's see if we can get all of the indices. So Dow's only up 0.12, S&P up 0.21 now, NASDAQ futures up 0.32. If we look at bonds, 10 years relatively unchanged. We look at oil, we've got a little bit of a move up on oil, about 3%. Okay, let's see what we got here on Blooms. The Blooms talked about unemployment, or the employment report rather. Okay, 40% of future. Among America's cities, 40% of cities have fewer jobs than in 2016. Wow, who's losing jobs? Cities with the largest difference. Okay, so the red is the 10-year, the change from the 10-year, and then green is the 5-year change. Is that right? Cities with a 5-year gain of less than 3% and showing the difference of their 10-year gain. Okay, got it. So these are actually shrinkage. On the left side of the line this is where it's shrinking in the last 5 years. And that would be LA, no surprise. LA sucks. San Diego, pretty much break even. San Diego is actually great. San Jose still growing. San Francisco had a fractional decrease. What is this? Miami? Yeah, Miami seeing a nice increase in jobs. That's good. Las Vegas, good. Kansas City and Indianapolis blowing up. Cincinnati popping off a little bit. Oklahoma and Memphis, Tennessee. Nice. I didn't see. Did Kathy Wood buy PaySafe? Is that true? I don't love PaySafe, but I don't see that in yesterday's report. Let me look at the one from the day before. I don't see that. I mean, maybe she did, but certainly not in the last few days here. I don't see that. She actually sold 32 shares of Pinterest on the 30th. It's probably like the leftover scraps. Nope. Somebody's asking me if I have interest in gold. Not really. No, especially since I personally look. I said this to somebody on Twitter yesterday who was ranting, and I believe it. I'll read it off to you. It is my belief with inflation. I believe. I can't find it. I'll just say it. Basically, I believe by 2024 or potentially earlier, we're not going to be talking about inflation anymore. We're going to be talking about falling prices. And that's not to say that inflation is transitory. It's obviously we're going to be hurting us for a while here, for probably the next year to 18 months. But the long run trend is in my opinion, no doubt to the downside, which I think puts a risk on assets that are highly reliant on the dollar losing value, maybe rates going up, and that, in my opinion, would be gold or some other inflation protections. So not for me. Berkshire's Munger says now is even crazier than the .com bust. Oh, nice. Look at this. Charlie Munger told a conference Friday that markets are wildly overvalued in places and that the current environment is even crazier than the .com boom of the late 90s that subsequently led to a bust. I consider this era an even crazier era than the .com era. Wow, Mr. Munger. Munger also said he wished that cryptocurrencies didn't exist. I wish they'd never been invented. And again, I admire the Chinese. I think they made the correct decision, which was to simply ban them. In my country, English-speaking civilization has made the wrong decision, and I just can't stand participating in these insane booms one way or another. Wow, that's crazy. Really dissing on stocks and crypto here. Nice. Good burn by Munger. All right, let's see. So it's 6:03. We've got 27 minutes to go until the market opens. Let's take a peek at what some of our expectations are here. All right. So, DocuSign just dropped another $1 to about 157. Chinese companies like Didi. Didi was down 10%. Now it's down 9.5%. But it's leading Neo, Alibaba, and JD to fall even more right now. Xpeng still down about 2%. Li Auto also down about 2.3%. Software companies, about 1.5% here to the downside, probably because of the DocuSign disaster. Zillow, so far market's relatively stable. This is about the same thing that we've seen. Redfin back to $40 with a little bit of a reversal here. Let's see where else we're getting reversals. So we looked at SoFi, we looked at Etsy. Let's look at, I don't know if we're going to see much at Hood in the pre-market here. Hood about 0.5% in the pre-market, coming off of its lows. So that's good. 24.30 though, still has a lot of room to go. You've got a firm. Let's take a look at a firm here. Firm coming up a little bit. Roblox is up about 0.5%. Upstart's doing great all of a sudden here. And it started here right in pre-market. Just really started taking off more. It kind of makes me wonder if we've got news on Upstart. I'm going to pull up the term here in a sec. All right, let's see here. In the meantime, let's take a listen to Jim Cramer here, see what he says. I'll come right back with a terminal.
I can get that. I'm just scratching my arm. Let me get that. Ooh, thank you.
Now here's the deal. Let's say you were making $7.25. Okay.
Okay.
An hour.
Yes, I understood.
So then you're making $15 an hour.
Yes.
All right. Well, maybe you work half the time, so that the labor force is missing people who are doing better, and they don't need to work as much. What do you think of that?
If you were making $7.25 an hour, you were barely able to live.
No, but you might have taken 2 jobs because you were barely able to live. They take it to 15, and maybe you don't need 2 jobs.
Okay.
You're like this?
Okay, that's interesting. Do you also?
I thought of it myself.
How about? Are they measuring?
That's an interesting argument. This idea that if you had 2 jobs, maybe you were counted a little bit more than previously. Yeah, interesting argument. All right, so waiting for our data to pop up on Upstart so we can find out what's going on here. Tesla up 0.5%. Usually only pushes down when Elon Musk starts being silly and hitting that sell button. How dare him sell? Although that is what he committed to. Look at Marvell, though. 21% to the upside here. Yeah. End phase 1.31. All right, let's see what we can find out on. Let's see what we can learn on Upstart. Upstart. What's the news here? Big trader stock that Upstart has been, but it's been on a big downtrend. Okay, so upgraded from or upgraded to buy from neutral at Citi, and that's it. That's it. Just a buy upgrade. Came out at about 4:06 a.m. But I feel like the stock started running a little bit before that. No, let's see here. No, yeah, here it is, 4:06. That's when you had a little spike in volume too. Aha. All right. Someone says send the coupon code for the Stocks and Psychology of Money course to Charlie Munger. You'll have to have a conversation with Munger. Here you go. Let me pin that in the commentary. Look, we're gonna raise the price again. The sales season's over, so Black Friday we raised the price after Black Friday. The price goes up again now after Cyber Monday. That coupon code expires tonight, and I'll be on vacation. I will be gone on Monday. So in case you're going to be looking for a market open or closing live stream on Monday, it ain't happening. I'll probably still throw some videos up, though, as things develop over the weekend, because that's just what I do. But they'll be like iPhone videos. That'll be fun. So Peloton, look at this nice recovery here. Back over $46 to over where that one particular company, which we don't exactly know who it is, bought them. Lemonade getting burned again a little bit here, 0.87 to the downside. I've been out of Lemonade. You know, I updated a sheet yesterday. Everybody who's in the course, I updated my holding sheet, but I also added a target range of where ultimately I want to have my shares, and it's concentrated. But it encourages me to stay on track with making sure I buy the dip in the appropriate stocks. Right now, waiting for some dips to be able to increase my allocation in Nvidia, Enphase, Etsy, Google. I need to get me some more Google. Google and Nvidia are big ones that I really got to move my butt on. But also Trade Desk. I've decided against Facebook. A lot of folks were asking me about that one, and I decided against Facebook. So, the smaller allocations in things like SoFi, Square, PayPal, but also waiting for that reversal on our fintechs. Let's see here, 0.59 to the upside here. Looking at Visa's up 0.41. What's the breaking news? What could we possibly have?
On a foreign exchange watch list over concerns about how they manage their currencies. China is once again on that list, Treasury highlighting its failure to publish foreign exchange intervention data and the lack of transparency around its exchange rate mechanism. And Treasury said it's also closely monitoring China's state.
Yeah, okay, boring. Somebody's wondering why no metaverse. Yeah, so look, it's going to be a long time before the metaverse is monetizable, and with Facebook ads. So I'm not like jumping up and down at the idea of jumping into metaverse stocks. I know a lot of people are. I think it's a little excessive. I do believe that Matterport is the most realistic out of all of the metaverse stocks. Not only is it a functioning company today with 3D tours, but I believe it is the epitome of metaverse stocks, and it is the closest thing that we actually have to the metaverse. I think Matterport is a phenomenal company, phenomenal opportunity to invest in. I would love. Let's see here. Actually, that you can see. That's what I posted. Oh, sorry. Somebody Twitter DM'd me asking about the Stocks and Psychology of Money course. And yes, you get lectures for lifetime access and buy-sell alerts when I post them. All right. Good. So let's see here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a feel on where the reversals are right now. So Zillow's definitely the big one here in terms of a reversal. This is going to be the first green candlestick to the upside here on Zillow for a while. I'm going to go take a peek here at Zillow and see what specific news we have. I know buybacks and a quicker unwind, but I want to of their properties, but I want to see if there's any particular update. Zillow close to unloading more than half of iBuyer homes. Wow. Okay. Zillow Group announces $750 million share repurchase. Okay. I thought they had already completed some, but they announced a $750 million share repurchase. I see. Okay. No, good for them. So that's a 9% move on share repurchases here. If you're a member of the Stocks and Psychology of Money group, that's how you can see the stuff that I buy and sell, which isn't like telling you what to do. It's just that's what's on my mind. But watch lecture 1.0 once you get your courses, and you'll be able to set up. Redfin, Hydrofarm, Peloton. I'm not jumping up and down about hopping on the Peloton reversal. Not yet. And I don't know if I will at any point. I am watching Redfin, though. Matterport, Monday.com coming back a little bit. Toast. I don't know if we've really got a real reversal here. We did hit all-time lows of 32.65. Does now look like we're going to open up about 1.85%. So Toast, let me look at their valuation here. Hold on a sec. So I remember doing my video a while ago on them. Let's see here what we got. Financials. So Toast is expected to lose money in 21, 22. Money-losing companies are not super sexy right now. 23, 24. It's all losing money. There's no path to profitability right now in Toast. Kathy Wood just loves those money-losing companies. All right. How about, let's see, Unity's coming up about 1.4. How about Goog? Google's up about 0.5%. You can see it's somewhat rolled off of some of the highs that we've had. Last larger dip was really beginning of October. DocuSign keeps falling. Basically free falling. My goodness. Buying the dip last night sucked because it just kept going down. It'll be interesting to see how this one opens, but boy, oh boy, look at that. It just keeps going down. I think DocuSign's a great company as well. It's a little rich. You know, it's about as overvalued as Palantir is. So if you like Palantir, but you're hating on DocuSign for valuation, you might be forgetting Palantir's valuation. And if you like Snowflake, well, there's an insane valuation for you. And they're still kicking butt. You can watch that video from yesterday and see more details. DWAC pulling down about 2% after that $1 billion raise you've got over there. Disney coming up 0.4%. Also watching the reversal here at Disney. So reversals. PayPal. What about Square? Are we coming up on Square yet? Whew, wow. Square hit lows yesterday, coming up 0.62. So nominally. Market's barely coming up after this jobs report. I mean, it really was the best case scenario for the markets. But while markets moved up slightly, they didn't seem to care greatly. All right, let's go. Let's look at the indices here. Okay, so stock futures gain. Let's see. S&P up about 0.5%. NASDAQ up 0.58%. 0.37% on Dow futures. Bonds 1.456%. Oil up about 3%. So that's roughly the same. Let's go ahead and look at crypto. Crypto, Bitcoin sitting at about 57,000, 4,600 for Ethereum. Solana, look at that, nice 6.5% gain over here. Cardano is just really stuck in the mud. All right, let's see what else. Let's see if we got some headlines anywhere. Okay, we talked jobs. We talked Munger. Talk Kathy's trades. And let's see here. Wheat set for weekly drop. Well, commodities generally always come down, but I don't really track the wheat prices. Look at this. Omicron triggers biggest outflow from European stocks in more than a year. During a period of volatility triggered by the emergence of the Omicron variant, investors dumped European stocks to the benefit of U.S. peers, maintaining one of the themes of this year's market rally. Wow. Getting out of Euro stocks and into American stocks, huh? Here are net funds to domestic markets, easily outpacing emerging markets. Domestic markets year to date, 797 billion, compared to emerging markets only 101. Europe down 0.2%. Okay, SEC moves closer to the delisting of Didi. China's Star Trader Fund attracts $16 billion into a new fund. What is this? Shanghai-based Foresight Fund announced Friday it plans to collect or allocate 9.8% of the orders for the new $1.6 billion fund. That means the new product, only a third offered by the company, fetched. Wow, that's a lot. 10 billion Chinese. Hold on. Oh, no. This is $10 billion in 2019. Wow. Returned 105% since 2019. Hey, well, Kathy's done better than that. Huh. All right. Well, good for them. All right. What else? Yep. Elon Musk's share sales passed the 10 bill mark. Got to get to 17. All right. I mean, so far, relatively benign news day, other than the jobs numbers, which ended up being positive, in my opinion, for markets. Matterport coming up a couple percent. Pretty stable here as we wait for the open. We got about 9 minutes to go before the open. Zillow retracting slightly after their news of the buybacks. Embraer coming up about 3%. Was up 7% yesterday, up another 3% today. I think the company's so undervalued. Nice reversal, though. I'm going to write that down under my reversals tab. ERJ. Whereas Boeing's heading down. Could be that you also have people investing in the Brazilian stock market to try to escape some of the inflation that's happening in Brazil. Not sure if this is dual listed, though, Embraer. Let's see. DocuSign 155. Hey, the deal continues to get better. Palantir 157. Not much movement. I'm curious to see how the market opens. A lot of people are going to be standing by. Look at that RK now dropping about 0.21%. Tesla, quiet market. Yeah, Tesla's up about 0.4. But beyond this, quiet market. I mean, DocuSign getting whacked. And, Zillow pulling back a little bit now after their repurchase. Moderna coming up 5%. Very interesting. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's go look around for a little bit. Let's go hunting. Let's go find out what we can find. All right. Market opens in 7.5 minutes. Amazon Business Travel going public through merger with Apollo SPAC. Huh. Booking services provided under CEO Paul Abbott is merging with a blank check company. Okay. Well, we averted the shutdown. We talked about that. Quiet day. FT. Let's try FT. We'll have to go digging a little bit. We'll look at some financials for companies then. See, the ECB is a big fan that we're heading back towards deflation. Central bank said it was unlikely the Eurozone interest rates would increase next year, calling the current rise in inflation a passing hump. That is the new phrase for transitory, folks. Forget about transitory. It's just a passing hump. I see an inflation profile that looks like a hump, and a hump eventually declines. That's odd. Okay. Tell that to camels. Lagarde also repeated her assertion that the ECB was very unlikely to raise rates next year. This is obviously a difference from Jerome Powell. But I really think Jerome Powell got manipulated by Biden a little bit to say that he was going to freak out a little bit. Yeah, if you're looking at premiums for DocuSign, I would wait until the market actually opens. Get some new pricing there. All right. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have? We can run a poll. Let's run a poll. This is always talk about this. I'm curious. Let's compare our audience to America. The question is going to be a hotly debated one, but I'm going to ask it anyway. All right, I just asked it. Are you vaccinated? Yes or no? You'll have to vote to see what the result is, but I'm curious to see how that compares to the United States. So United States, I want to say we're about 69% vaccinated, fully vaccinated. So let's see if we're more or less vaccinated in this chat. We shall see. It'll be fun. Or it'll be a disaster. I have no idea what'll happen. Look at Enphase. Enphase. Wait. Did it glitch? I saw Enphase up like 3.7%. I think it just glitched. Yeah, look at that. It's only up 2%. Darn it. Enphase and Matterport kicking butt again, though. DocuSign. Are you trying to find a bottom at 155? Because buying your dip sucked. Neo falling a little bit more. Dave & Buster's down 159. Pinterest falling a little bit more. Etsy. Let's look at a little bit of the valuation on Etsy here. So Etsy's come down recently. And let's look at some Etsy numbers. I really like Etsy. It's one of my faves. Got some strong growth and high margins, and I like that. So the growth you're expecting for Etsy over the next 5 years exceeds 20% compounded annually. You have a net margin, so what they take to the bottom line, of 25% that's expected to rise to 30%. We are expecting an EPS of 8.24 in 2025. So 250 divided by 8.24 puts them at about a 30 times forward for 2025. That compared to 20% growth, about a 1.5% on the peg, or 1.5x on peg. Little expensive. You know, I liked it when it was like 175, because at 175 you were at about 20 to 21 times forward 25. Let's do a look at Enphase. Okay. All right. Taking a little longer to pull up Enphase here. We got 2 minutes to go until the bell and the market opens. Okay, Enphase, we have growth exceeding Etsy's for the next few years, expecting to grow 41% next year, 29% thereafter, 20% thereafter, and then potentially down to 13, which would be a little less. But anyway, it puts us at about a little lower, about 6.23 divided by 235. That puts us at about, or sorry, the other way around, 235 divided by 6.25. Little richer, puts us at about 37 on a forward 2025. It's one of my favorites. Google's pretty underestimated. They have a relatively low forward, and I think their growth is not being appreciated as much. It's less, only between 12 and 15%, which is a fraction of Etsy or Enphase's growth. So you're going to expect to pay a lower multiple. But at 28.75 divided by forward EPS of 22, you're only paying about 14 times 2025 earnings here. All right. So 1 minute to go. See what we're doing here. Quick note. Today is the end of the Cyber Monday sale. So consider using that coupon code in the event that you missed out on the Black Friday sale. Consider using that. And it is then the end of sale season. All right. Oh, DocuSign's at 154. Gets worse and worse and worse. It's kind of funny just watching money evaporate on DocuSign, especially knowing that I was the dummy who helped buy the dip yesterday. Help provide liquidity for people to paper hand. Oh, well. Can't always be right. You just try your best, okay? It's all right. Let's get the bell, and let's see how things open. Very curious to see this market open after this jobs report. I'm expecting good news here. Let's see it.
600,000.
You buy it? Musk one. Yes, absolutely I buy it. Absolutely. And that's far more than a lot of people are looking for, including Jonas, who put out this incredibly weird piece today about GM versus Lucid. And I finished it, and at the end of it, I said,
Look at that. Let's go. That is so green. There we go. Let's get that rebound. Let's see it. There we go. S&P 500 pushing up a little bit here. Very, very good. We have to, for gigs, see what's happening over at DocuSign, as painful as it is. The giggles are hilarious. It's turning red. More red. Also, though, look at the selling that's happening at companies like Didi. Didi moving red. Well, Didi recovered. Didi was down about a full 10%, so recovered. Who's getting smoked here is actually Neo, JD, Li Auto. JD coming back a tiny little bit here. But these guys are all down about 4 or 5%. These guys are the ones getting smoked. Hippo 3.3. Hippo moving to the downside here a little bit. Backed. Crypto play moving down. Newegg's moving down a little bit. Let's see how Tesla's behaving. Tesla down. Look at that. Tesla moving down a little bit. Upstart 7% on the credit or buy upgrade by Citi. Fastly's reversing. Take a look at this one. Yeah, look at Fastly, folks. Will you zoom out on Fastly? Look at that pain you've got here on Fastly. It is just straight down. Finally moving up about 7%, though. Matterport coming back. Can't keep this stock down. Coming back 4% right now. I'm going to go ahead and quickly look to see if there was news on Fastly. Okay. Fastly. Yep, they had an upgrade by Raymond James to outperform. Announced the price target of $42. Ooh, Enphase. Yes. Enphase with a 3.3% rebound here. How are our recovery stocks doing? Carnival Cruise. Oh, fallen a little bit. And so is Robinhood. Oh, burn. Robinhood, SoFi, Carnival. These guys moving down a little bit here. PayPal falling more. ARK falling more. The dip keeps dipping. Look at that. PayPal back down to 185. Oh my gosh. DocuSign's at 151. It keeps going. Carnival Cruise dropping about 2.7. SoFi dropping about 1.64. Palantir continuing to drop. DraftKings continuing to drop. Well, welcome to some pain in the market. Still glad we did a good chunk of selling, but I've started buying in again a little bit, and it's just the dip keeps dipping. Nvidia sitting at 310. Tesla actually just turned pause. Disney's pause. So Tesla, a little bit of a rebound there. Look at that. Sold down, rebounding up right now. Hut 8 mining about a third. Apple, 0.5% to the upside. Redfin, 0.74. Not anything like what we saw in the pre-market. Google up 0.9. Roblox, 2%. Enphase giving up a little bit of that gain. Look at that. Enphase appears to be falling right now. Yeah, Enphase rotating back down a little bit. How's the SPY moving? Still moving up. DocuSign now at 150, down 35%. The pain is not ending. Shift 4. Xpeng 2.3 to the downside. This is after Kathy opened a position in it. SoFi plummeting here. And so is Affirm. SoFi and Affirm are plummeting. 2.5% to the downside. Hut 8 down 1.5. Etsy down 1.4. Interesting. Very interesting market. Then Tesla's going red again. Wow, look at this. I don't know if Elon's up this early, just hitting that sell button to screw with us. It's like the stock wants to go up, but then it kind of keeps ticking down. Wow. Not a lot moving up here today. Even Upstart's pulling back down a little bit. Zillow's doing well on the buybacks. Fastly and Upstart with the upgrades. But beyond that, Moderna was doing better, and now it's pulling back. This is not so ideal because the jobs report should have been very bullish for the stock market. And you're not seeing that same excitement. Very interesting. Just not seeing that excitement here. Costco up about 1%. Matterport barely up 1% now. Yeah, I wonder if things are kind of sparking down. That's almost what it feels like. Neo and Alibaba are certainly getting worse. DocuSign's getting worse. This is a crazy, crazy market. Dave & Buster's rotating down 3%. Wow. Square continuing down 2.67%. ARK, look at this. ARK is now down 2%. Etsy falling 1.96%. Wow. Very interesting. Tesla down about 0.5%. That is crazy because that's a positive catalyst. The indices are doing well, but the market is, a lot of the individual stocks are actually rotating down. Like Disney, Carnival, certainly DocuSign getting whacked. Some of these other stocks. Apple's up 0.43, and I think Google's up. So you've got, the megas up. Yeah, the mega caps are doing okay. It's almost like this end of the year kind of flight to safety. It's very difficult to kind of wrap your head around what's happening in this market. We'd like higher margin companies, and we like higher growth companies. Enphase. I just got an alert. Enphase down 3% within a candlestick. Oh, because it was up so much. Yeah. That is this is so weird. Lemonade continuing its plummet. So's DocuSign, 147. Neo continuing its plummet. Weedmaps continuing its plummet. SoFi, 3.9%. Square, another 3% on Square? Dude, when is this going to stop? Holy smokes. I think the market is just not happy at all. Yeah, look at that. Affirm just hit 109. Wow, Robinhood still falling 23.64%. Nvidia coming down 318. I mean, part of me is thinking I jumped in too early to get back into this market. That's what I'm thinking. I sold a crap ton of stuff. A few weeks ago. I'm sorry. Over the last few weeks, You know, mostly in November, I sold a crap ton of stuff, but everything is just kind of like continuing its slippage here. You see the dip, and it's the dip that keeps on giving. Let me see here. Let me go to, not CNN, CNBC. Let me look at the headline indices here. Yeah, NASDAQ turned negative. S&P seems like it's rotating down. I got to catch a flight here shortly. I'm still, yeah, look at that. S&P rotating down. I'm going to be back for market close. But, wow. Okay, I'm going to put my head down on this. I'm going to try to understand this a little bit more. I got to go. I got to get on a flight. I got a flight before my flight later. Wow, look at Alibaba. Oh my gosh. Anyway, crazy market. A lot of fear in the market right now. I got to get on this flight. I'll be back for market close, and then I'm going to go on vacation. So appreciate y'all being here. Check out my buy sell alerts in the Cyber Monday. Use that Cyber Monday code. You'll know all the craziness that I've got going on, and I'll see you a little bit later. Thanks.